Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's session on All India Round 2. So after this is possibly the most crucial phase where most of you would decide on the seats, and All India Round 2 results have been published this morning, the provisional results. We are waiting for the final results. After the final results are published, then possibly you will have the allotment letter out tomorrow, and then you will possibly be able to join or take decisions, resign, relieving everything from tomorrow. So we are expecting that by tomorrow we will have notifications. Also the crucial notifications on what happens in certain scenarios where you want to upgrade from round 1 retain seat, till when will resignation be possible, etc. Everything might come up tomorrow. This is purely a session on All India Round 2 joining. We look at the scenarios where you are in and what you need to do if you decide to join the All India Round 2 seat. The other scenarios of All India Round 2 versus State R2, we are going to do it in detail tomorrow. We expect that some notifications might be there at least tomorrow on the resignation deadlines and the possibility of carrying over All India Round 1 seat to All India Round 3. So once they are out, we will have more clarity. We have already done sessions on that, but with that in context and with the states in context, we will definitely be running sessions starting from tomorrow. So right now we will be looking at All India Round 2 joining for candidates who are going to join All India Round 2 seat, or let us say you have got an All India Round 1 seat and you decide to do something, you have a seat in hand. Then what are the possibilities? What needs to be done? Anyways, if there is any change in the rules and regulations, if you are visiting it after 28th of August, then if there is any change in the rules and regulations, if you switch on the subtitles, then we will have the changes mentioned about the new notifications. Keep looking at the new notifications in the MCC and ZyNerd. So first thing is, we look at the joining versus resignation timeline. So this is very, there is always a confusion regarding this as far as All India is concerned, because some people assume that if you get a new seat, if you retain an existing seat, there are different timelines of 2 days, etc., etc. So this is very simple as far as the joining and resignation timelines are concerned. Joining, resignation, both might have different timelines. We are looking at joining only here. Resignation timelines have not been published. What is resignation? Basically, resignation means you are holding a seat and then resigning the seat. This is resignation. Be very clear. Holding a seat and then resigning its seat. Who will be in this scenario? Let us say All India Round 1, I joined a seat, I retain the seat. I already took admission here, my admission is valid, then that candidate has to resign. Retain the same seat. All India Round 2, I am allotted a seat now, let us say. Should I resign the seat? No, you have not been admitted to resign the seat. There is no resignation after allotment. You just don't join if you wish to. That is not called resignation. So what is resignation here? After joining, I go get admitted, get my admission letter, then can I resign is the query. That is called resignation. So resignation basically means either an All India Round 1 already joined candidate retaining the same seat, therefore holding it, admission is still intact, resigning, or an All India Round 2 candidate after joining, then resigning the seat. That is when the term resignation comes into picture. Let us say there is an All India Round 1 candidate who has upgraded to All India Round 2. New seat allotted. Okay, this is an upgraded seat, new seat allotted. All India Round 1 admission has been done. This candidate is a completely different candidate from these two. There is no resignation involved here. The candidate gets relieved from the All India Round 1 seat. Okay, there is no resignation because the All India Round 1 seat is already not the candidate's seat. So the candidate just needs to go to the institute, get a relieving letter saying that every formality is completed. You already lost the seat. You don't have the seat. You only have the seat. Then after getting relieving from here, you will have to go join the All India Round 2 institute, post which All India Round 2 can be resigned. Hope this part is clear. All India Round 1 is relieving if you have upgraded. So the terms used need to be very clear so that there is no confusion in this entire thing of what is resignation, what is relieving. Why we are very particular about it is because of the timelines that are mentioned. 2-day rule comes up basically, and you need to know for whom the 2-day rule is applicable. 2 days rule is applicable only for one set of candidates. This 2-day thing, decision making thing itself is only applicable for only one set of candidates. All India round 1 seat joined, and they continued with the seat and retained the All India round 1 seat in AA round 2. At the end of AA round 2, what does that result say? Reported in All India round 1, and then it would say did not get upgraded or no fresh choices filled, no allotment. Okay, so something of this. Basically, they retain their All India round 1 seat. Those set of candidates who retain their All India round 1 seat have this 22nd deadline. So basically, they retain their All India round 1 seat in round 2, All India round 2. So it is that set of candidates who retain their All India round 1 seats in All India round 2. They have this 2-day deadline. For what? You still hold your All India round 1 seat, correct? You can resign this within 2 days and it is considered exit without forfeiture. Okay, clear? So All India round 1 joined, retain this seat can be resigned within 2 days without forfeiture. What does this actually mean? Without forfeiture means you will be able to go into All India round 3 with same registration, but no seat in hand. This is what it means. You will definitely be able to go into All India round 3 in this scenario. Without forfeiture obviously means same registration. MCC call center is mentioning that there will be fresh registration. The entire concept of exiting with or without forfeiture goes along with the registration part, fresh registration, because you will have to repay. So when MCC says exit without forfeiture, it means same registration. Don't go with MCC call center's response on this at least. It will be the same registration. You can join, you can go ahead and register in All India round 3 with the same registration, but the seat you have already resigned, so you will not have any seat in hand when you go with All India round 3. You will have your originals with you in case you have submitted your originals. Within 2 days, you will have to do it. When is the timeline for this? Probably 29th, let us say they notify. By 30th or maybe 31st usually. 2 days they take it as that from the date of notification, or by 30th they will ask you to resign. Tomorrow wait for a notification, most likely it will be 31st, but anyways plan for 30th too if there is a 2-day deadline. So okay, so that is pretty clear. So this is for All India round 1 retained candidates, All India round 1 seat retained in All India round 2. Beyond this, let us say I go beyond these 2 days and don't resign the seat. I am having my All India round 1 retained seat plus 2 days, 30th or 31st is given. Beyond that I don't resign. Whether I will be able to participate in All India round 3, we will wait for notification tomorrow. Whether they allow beyond those 2 days, though whoever did not resign, the only confusion is the call center which is supposed to clear the confusion. As of now, we believe that it is possible, but please wait, because till MCC notifies, let us say they notify something completely different from UG, we will have to wait for the notification only. That is the final confirmation. On those who want to carry forward the retained All India round 1 seat to All India round 3 without resigning, taking that seat into All India round 3, whether or not it is exit with forfeiture, payment, etc., doesn't matter. First, let them clarify whether that is possible. Tomorrow, we expect some clarity, hopefully. So, this entire part is the 2-day part. For whom? For a candidate who retained All India round 1 seat. If you are not in this category, there is no 2-day part. So, there is absolutely no 2-day relevance. If you are not in this category, be very clear about it. Whatever questions you ask, if you are not in this All India round 1 retained category, 2 days is not relevant for you. So what is relevant for you? If you are not in this, let us say you have gotten new All India round 2 seat, fresh allotted. Your decision making point is September 5th. By this time, you will have to join this seat. That is it. There is no other decision making point. You have got a new seat. By 5th, you can join this seat. After joining resignation, that notification will come up. But as of now, this is the timeline for you to join. You have an ample time of probably 3 + 5, 8 days to decide on this joining. Second, All India round 2 upgraded candidate. Basically, you have an All India round 1 admitted seat, upgraded candidate. Question is whether you can relieve from your All India round 1 seat within 2 days or nothing. No 2 day. We already said if you are upgraded, no today, only for all India round 1 retained, 2 days is relevant. This relieving, basically it is relieving, right? You have been upgraded. Can happen any day before September 5th. System will open up possibly tomorrow, we don't know. But once it opens, till September 5th you can relieve, and September 5th you have to join. So if both institutes are nearby, you can even go and get relieved on September 5th morning and join by September 5th 5 p.m. or so. But advisable to do it at least a few days before September 5th, get your relieving and everything done, go to All India Round 2 Institute and join in case your decision making, this is done. Even here the decision making point is September 5th and not before, unless you have INACET and related confusions. So basically for everyone who is not under the All India Round 1 retained seat, your timeline of decision is September 5th. So you have time till which you can look at multiple things like state R2. Will they allow me? State All India Round 2. After joining, will I be able to resign? Till what date I will be able to resign? All these have a September 5th timeline. So unless you are in the All India Round 1 retained seat category. Even for the All India Round 1 retained seat category, 2 days is a timeline for exiting without forfeiture. Tomorrow, let us say they put up a notification saying you can resign after 2 days. Let us say they put up, like they put it up for UG. Hopefully they put up, but if not, then we'll have to take a different approach. But if they say that resignation after 2 days is possible till a particular date, then you have till that date to decide. Only issues will be the exit with forfeiture. So we will wait for tomorrow's notification on whether this is possible or not. If not, a decision has to be taken within 2 days. So this is pretty much what is in store as far as all the candidates are concerned. We will just start looking at the pointers for All India Round 2 very clearly. We'll tell you what exit with forfeiture, exit without forfeiture, etc. is. Usually this is how it goes. Whenever there is a clause which says exit with forfeiture in any round, MCC means that you exit this round, that particular round. R2 exit with forfeiture means you exit R2 with forfeiture. It does not mention about eligibility of the next round. Eligibility will be a separate criteria. But when you exit with forfeiture, it goes with the saying that if you are eligible for All India Round 3, you need to freshly register. That is how it is. That is always the case. If you exit without forfeiture, then no new registration, same registration, whole school. Who will be able to do this exit without forfeiture? Only one set, All India Round 1 retained candidates. Within 2 days, they can exit without forfeiture. Only they will be able to go without any fresh registration. Who will be able to go without fresh registration other than that? Not at all, not allotted in All India Round 2, no seat in All India Round 2 and registered. They will also be able to go with fresh registration. So these two sets of candidates, AAR1 retained and anybody who was not allotted in All India Round 2, they will go with fresh, same registration, really sorry. So two sets of candidates will go with no new registration. So that is, one is All India Round 1 retained candidates who exit with forfeiture and no allotment in Round 2. Okay, so these two will definitely go with new registration. There are two additional sets which might go. Those who opt for upgradation, we will have to get clarity on that. So eligibility, fresh registration is covered over here. Who is eligible? We will come to tomorrow's session. After the notification, we will come to the complete list. Will penalty be applicable? Let us say I don't join an All India Round 2 seat. I resign, get relieved my All India Round from my All India Round 1 institute for getting upgraded to All India Round 2. I resign my All India Round 1 seat within 2 days. Penalty will not be applicable. Note that no institute will ask you to pay a penalty. Now when you go and resign, every institute has been clearly instructed that as per process, if somebody resigns or relieves, there is no penalty. So if you are from a deemed university and you are going to resign within 2 days, or you are going to get relieved, or you are going to exit with forfeiture, which means you are not even going to join, then there is no penalty. Penalty will not be applicable at the R2 stage. Beyond R2 to R3, we will have to, even if MCC allows an upgradation from R2 to R3 and you get upgraded and you resign your All India R2 seat, get relieved from your All India R2 seat later, even here there should not be any penalty, even though there is no clause mentioning this. MCC will possibly, in case an institute asks for a penalty, many institutes ask for a penalty, MCC will notify saying that this is as per process, we allowed upgradation, there will be no penalty over here. There might be a deduction, 10%, 15%, etc. But 10% or 75,000, 10,000, etc. But penalty of 5 lakhs, 3-year full fee, that will not be applicable. We will also change that in ZyNerd. If it is already available in ZyNerd based on last year, when the round 2 timeline, we will change that and clearly mention that there is no penalty. So that is pretty clear. And relieving letter versus resignation letter, we very clearly mentioned what is relieving letter. Relieving letter is for All India R1 to All India R2 upgraded candidates. They have a relieving letter to be taken from All India R1. Some candidates are asking us what happens if I don't, if you don't have a certificates in All India R1 Institute, whether I can go back to the All India R1 Institute. I need to go back to the All India R1 Institute just to get the relieving letter, may not be required. Just check with the institute if they can do it offline and online in the portal, intra-MCC portal, and get it from there. Resignation letter, basically this is relevant for All India R1 retained candidates, or after All India R2 joining, you go and get admitted 2 days later, 3 days later, if you want to resign, then this letter is relevant. Both these need to be taken from intra-MCC. So if you are getting relieving for joining an All India R2 upgraded seat, get a relieving from intra-MCC. Similarly, when you are resigning, get a resignation letter from intra-MCC. That is a final. Course commencement date. So this is another query that many candidates have. This query has come up only this year, more because this year, if you see, after round 2, round 3 upgradation is allowed, and round 2 joining end date, which is September 5th, is the NMC course commencement. So we were mentioning that this September 5th deadline has been defined, timeline has been defined, right? So which means even MDMS institutes, earlier only DNB institutes would have started. Any medical college can also start the course on September 5th. You can check with the institute. Let us say you are joining on September 5th and then you say, I am willing to upgrade. Basically R2 to R3, I am willing to upgrade. I am waiting for upgradation. I might move on to a different institute. But if the institute insists that September 5th, you will have to join and commence your course. You might join, let us say, on August 30th. And then they may ask you to come on September 5th for commencing the course. September 5th is the earliest date they can call you, because that is the course commencement date. But if you request them, they may allow. Very few institutes will allow. Some may allow you to move on and wait till September 16th, which is a round 2 results, or even the round 2 joining, round 3 results, or the round 3 joining deadline. So September, they can allow you till R3, but it is purely dependent upon the institute. Institute only can decide that. If institute says that September 5th you have to commence your course, that is a direction and you will have to go with that. You will have time from possibly the day you join till September 5th to decide on this. But if you are going there on September 5th and institute says join today, commence your course today, you will have to join. You can only request for flexibility, but beyond that, as per NMC, institute has the rights to start on this particular date. They may be inflexible. That is why we are repeatedly mentioning this. In case you want a few days, just go and join a little earlier, at least request them and check with them if they provide you a few days. On the last date, don't be caught there without planning, assuming that they will give you time till R3. So most of the institutes will be waiting for candidates and waiting for the September 5th deadline. Everybody is waiting for the September 5th deadline. They would have asked you to join even during round 1, but because of the September 5th deadline, most of the institutes have not asked. So they are waiting. So be aware of that part. You cannot claim anything. And what will happen if I move from R2 to R3 to a different institute? Let us say September 5th you join here, correct? You join here, and then September 16th the results are there. September 18th or 19th you go and join the R3 institute. You would have served 13 days or 14 days here, right? This is basically an admission, a different admission which you did not go through. So your timeline will be September 18th of 2023 till September 17th of 2026. These 13 days possibly are not going to be accounted for. Possibly it will not be accounted for. This is a new admission in a new institute, in a new course. Whether it is the same institute also, it is a new admission altogether. So this will be accounted for. And so your days between R2 course commencement and R3 in a different institute, if you commence the course, those days may not be accounted for. It is an additional thing that you will have to do. There is no other way out. That is the way it works. Unfortunately, with an upgradation, if they had done it after R3, the joining course commencement after R3, it would have been good. Possibly from the next year, they will do it with correct timelines. State R2 participation, we will do a separate session on this. It also depends on your impact on your state round 1 seat. Basically, when you resign your state round 1 seat, whether you will be eligible for state R2, etc., those impacts will be there. We will be running sessions on this. We will be running a precursor today as a video. We will upload it, not a live session, as a video to let you know what the rules, how the rules have changed, and then start with All India R2 joining versus state R2 allotment / joining, what is possible for each of these scenarios. Note that we are going to do a session on All India R2 joining versus state R2 allotment or joining. We are not going to do a session on All India R2, I am allotted. Will I be eligible for state R2? There has been a lot of confusion in groups. You are still eligible till the time you are allotted. Joining is what may make a difference in state R2 eligibility. Till last year, even if allotted and you don't join, you are eligible. So till September 5th, possibly you will have a time to decide even on your state R2 whether you want to go ahead with it. So allotment in All India R2 will not result in ineligibility of state R2 in any way. If you join, what happens? We will decide tomorrow. There is a lot of confusion. We know that multiple groups, there have been multiple different opinions. Allotment in All India R2 will not impact your state R1 already existing seat and your state R2 eligibility. Joining, when you decide to join, that is when there is a query on whether you will be eligible. We will be addressing that. Okay, so what if I join and take I want to take my All India seat. Either it can be an All India round 1 seat or an All India round 1 retained seat in All India round 2 or an All India round 2 joint seat. I am going to join it. I want to take one of these seats into All India round 3. What is the process? Will my security deposit be forfeited? Whether I can do this part, whether I can take this, tomorrow we expect to get clarity. Max by 30th we expect to get clarity, but that clarity will come along with the 2-day deadline, whatever is prescribed for the All India round 1 retained seat. So whatever max you can do is, now in case there is a tight deadline, go to your All India round 1 institute and wait there. Okay, so that is the max that you need to do. Okay, now we get into the actual part, which is we'll go through this in detail actually. So, but we'll first go into the common queries and then do a separate one on, once the notification is out tomorrow, on every scenario: retained All India round 1 seat in All India round 2, joining and not opting for All India round 3, whether you need to get an allotment letter, what is to be done, etc. Tomorrow morning, once the notification is out, we'll possibly do. But the common queries we will address here. One, uploading documents. When is to be uploaded, who is to upload it. Don't worry too much about uploading documents at all. Whether you uploaded, did not upload, whether you took free exit, whether you are going to join. This uploading documents in MCC did not make any difference to your admission, to the admission in round 1. Same as expected. Let us say you are worried about it. Upload your documents. Don't worry about whether I am going to join, I might join at a later date, I might join and resign, I might not even, I am not, etc. If you are allotted, just go ahead and upload your documents. If your documents are not there, don't worry, don't upload your documents. Later during admission, you just need to show your documents. When do you need to upload? They'll give you to, last time they extended it, actually they extended it till for around 3 days, but it is not a 1-day tight deadline. But if you have your documents tomorrow, let us say tomorrow is the timeline provided, then upload your documents. After uploading, you can still decide whether you want to join or resign or whatever you want to do. You already uploaded during round 1, whether I need to upload during round 2. These are very trivial things. Go inside, check whether the documents are already uploaded, then don't need to do it. It is most likely that your documents will be already uploaded there. If it is not there, then go ahead and upload the same documents again. So it is a very trivial issue. If you're what documents to upload, what to be done, we already have a specific video on that. Just look at the video. Uploading documents is not a major issue. So we'll tell you 2 things. One, major things. You upload documents and don't join. it is still considered as not joined. Okay, you can upload and not join. You don't upload documents, you missed uploading, and go and join with originals. You get your intra MCC admission letter, that is considered as joining. So basically this means at the institute, joining is what is prime. This may not make a difference at all. You want, you can do it, better to do it, but don't worry about it. For NBE seats, there is this process of OPJR, online portal for joining and reporting. Yeah. So NBE, they came up with this for both DNB and NBE Diploma seats. When you go to an NBE Diploma institute or a DNB institute for admission, check what needs to be done as far as OPJR is concerned. One part you have to complete, second part of OPJR institute has to complete. Here there is a live photo that needs to be taken. So if you are at the institute for round 2 joining, then ensure that this live photo is taken and all information before you leave the institute. Don't miss this out. They might call you back if you miss this out. Last time many institutes called candidates back, candidates did not go, nothing happened, but still ensure that everything is done as per process, because if your All India round 2 seat is going to be retained, you are going to highly likely that you will be continuing in the same institute after R3 as well. If it is going to be retained and no upgradation is there, better to complete everything and have a smooth process as far as the institute that you are going to continue with is concerned. Originals documents required, yes, they need to be submitted. First year fee payment for MDMS, you will need to pay at the institute. Whatever you paid in All India Round 1 Institute, that is between you and All India Round 1 Institute. You will have to make fresh fee payment for MDMS, and DNB is to NBE. We will come to that at a later point in time, how you need to make payment. Course commencement, we said after September 5th or any day later, courses will commence. DNB, any days courses can commence. Basically August 29th, tomorrow you are going to join, immediately they can ask you to commence your course. DNB is not, DNB need not adhere to this September 5th earliest start date. Like we said, whatever we are going to discuss henceforth is only for round 2 seat allotted candidates who are going to join. All India round 1 allotted, what did we say? This All India round 1 retained, nothing to be done in MCC. You don't need to do anything in MCC. As far as MCC is concerned, your admission is already over. If you are going to retain this seat and continue with the same seat either in R3, or let us say you are going to retain this seat and you did not opt for upgradation, that is it. Nothing to be done in MCC. You will not even have an allotment letter if you retained your round 1 seat. No allotment letter will be there in MCC, because what have you got? You have got a round 1 seat retained. You completed your admission. No new letter will be there. You will just take this whatever information, you will talk to your round 1 institute and check with them whether you need to come on September 5th or one day earlier when your course commences. Can I come on September 6th? All those discussions can happen with your round 1 institute. Nothing needs to be done in MCC. Your admission is done for All India round 1. If you are a candidate who is actually looking at All India round 1 seat joining, then it is relevant. First, check with your nodal officer. First thing is, once the final results are published, then only plan your travel. Before that, don't plan your travel. Final results are published, check with your nodal officer. Website, check in the website on the joining process. Some institutes, around 50% have a website where the joining process will be there, and the dates and requirements. What are required when you come in, like your the documents that are required, all the original documents that are required, anything else required, bond, where do I get it signed, should I get the bond from there, how will I get it signed, etc. Copies, get all copies of the originals that you are going to submit. Better to scan all the original documents. The original documents will be in PDF, if they are in PDF format, you don't have to rely on the institute later for getting the originals for a copy, etc. Scan everything and add, upload in a drive, Google Drive or somewhere where you will be able to access it for the next 3.5 years before you submit your originals, and upload documents. This is the MCC part of uploading documents. So this, you get all, whatever is required, documents are required, check with your nodal officer. Get the allotment letter downloaded. Allotment letter will be there on 29th. Once the final results are out, maybe it takes 3 to 4 hours for an allotment letter to be available, at times half a day. Get the allotment letter download. Plan travel after your final results. The allotment letter will say provisional allotment. No issues, all allotment letters mention provisional allotment. So get the provisional allotment letter, go to the institute with all the original documents. At the institute, what will they do? verify your documents. They will ask you to submit originals. Some DNB institutes may not, but they will ask you to submit originals. Pay fee at the round 2 institute. This payment of fee has nothing to do with your All India round 1 fee payment in case you have already done. Like we said, you will have to pay to All India round 2 institute. In case you actually got a seat in All India round 1, we said you will go there and get relieving. Nothing to do with this joining process. Earlier itself you would have completed that. There you will ask for a free refund. When this fee refund will come to your account, it will directly come to your bank account or whichever mode you have provided it in. Let us say a DD is given back to you. When this will happen, you will have to check with your All India round 1 institutes. Whatever happens, round 2, you will have to pay fee. This does not get transferred. No security deposit, 2 lakhs paid, that will not be adjusted. Total amount of fee will need to be paid over here. So basically, MCC 2 lakhs is between you and MCC. All India round 1 is between you, round 1 institute fee payment is between you and All India round 1 institute. You will have to directly pay whatever fee is there for the All India round 1 institute. Only difference here is in terms of NBE. When you pay for NBE diploma, you need to complete, you need to pay the fee to NBE, both for NBE diploma and DNB seats. If you have taken NBE diploma DNB, there will be a link provided in your allotment letter. You pay to NBE and then this is the 1.25 lakhs that need to be paid. If you've already paid 1.25 lakhs in round 1, whether you joined, did not join, joined and resigned, etc., then you don't need to pay that again in round 2. Once paid to NBE through the portal, that slip is enough. You just need to take that. Willingness for upgradation, don't miss this out. If you are going from All India round 1 to All India round 2, you upgraded to All India round 2, you can still upgrade to All India round 3. Don't worry about the double upgradation. Here, give willingness for upgradation in round 2 institute. If you are first time allotted in All India round 2, you can upgrade to All India round 3, willingness for upgradation. Provide willingness for upgradation in your round 2 institute. Be very clear about it. Don't miss that out. We'll also tell you how to check the willingness for upgradation. Complete all the formalities. Get the admission letter, which is the most important part. Everything that you have done is to get the admission letter. Only if this is done, then your information flows into MCC saying that you have joined. Many candidates miss that. Even after our sessions, multiple times mentioning in every, we were very happy that in every Telegram group, we saw that candidates saying get your admission letter to other candidates, helping them out. Still MCC delayed the counseling by 2 days because admission letters were not generated by candidates. We had candidates call us up saying we missed getting the admission letter. Institutes said it will do it later at a later point in time. We believed them. Institute was clueless about how to get the admission letter. They just gave a letterhead based admission. I thought it was okay. Please don't do that. You need to get an intra MCC admission letter. We will also show you how it is done. That is the most important part of the process. Once this is done, nobody can take that seat away from you. This is your seat. Check on course commencement date with the institute and then that is done. So these are the major things that need to be done. How will you confirm your admission? 1. Get your intra MCC printed admission letter from the institute. How will you, what is it? It will be like this, which will say, this will say 2023 and your NEET PG roll number, your picture from NBE examination, NEET PG examination uploaded picture will be here, and then your round number, this will say round number 2 and this will say round number 2, choice number that you got, institute name, etc., and entire details will be available over here. So this is one confirmation that you have got your admission letter. Along with that, you need to have one more thing, which is willingness for upgradation. You need to check for willingness for upgradation. How do you check willingness for upgradation? In this part, it will say willingness details. Sorry. Okay. So in this part, it will say in the same admission letter, here it will say willingness details. Yes, candidate wants to participate in the next round of counseling. This will be R2 to R3 upgradation, which is allowed from this year. It is possible, Supreme Court orders, we will explain that in the next session, which we will upload possibly today. R2 to R3 is possible. Provide willingness if you are interested. If we always suggest opt for upgradation. This year, you would have seen in the Telegram channel too, there have been 6-7 candidates who said we are willing to upgrade, but option is not provided, and there was a confusion there too. Do not opt for upgradation. After taking, I don't want to opt for upgradation. Willingness as no. You will not be able to upgrade. you might go to the R2 institute and figure out that this is not the right institute for you. September 5th you will join, right? On September 9th, when choice filling starts, you realize that this is not a good institute. I expected something else. On September 9th, if you did not opt for upgradation here, it might have been your dream institute too. You will not be able to fill choices. That is the end of All India for you if you did not opt for upgradation. There is no other way out. So always what you do is, here when you are asked opt for upgradation, opt. I want willing to upgrade to R2 to R3. Then if you don't want to upgrade, don't fill choices here in R3. You will retain your R2 seat. That is always yours. Till you fill choices in R3, R2 seat is yours. So keep the option open. Don't miss that out. And then the second part, this is one way. You get this from the institute. Institute will give you this letter. Second is check in your MCC login. There are two ways to check in your MCC login. One, go to the seat allotment result, and then it will show the seat allotment activity, etc. Here it will say round 2, and then it will say allotment result, download provisional allotment letter completed, and finally it will say reported and seat confirmed. Over here you see the reporting status, it will be mentioned as reported and seat confirmed. That is also confirmation that you have completed your allotment. There is a third method too, which is basically system generated letters. Go to the system generated letters where you download your allotment letter, there your admission letter, this entire letter you yourselves can download it. So that is another confirmation. Good thing that MCC has come up with now. There you can also check for willingness to upgrade. So these are the two ways of confirmation. Do this. This is the most important part of this session too. If you are willing to join All India Round 2, ensure that you get this, because this is almost the last but final stage. You might not be, if you miss out a seat, there might not be much that can be done. If All India Round 1 seat held and upgraded, what will you do? You will go to get a relieving letter. You're already joined an All India Round 1 institute. You're getting upgraded to All India Round 2. Here, what are the formalities that you need to do? Rest of the formalities are the same as what we mentioned in the Round 2 institute. What are the additional formalities? Get a relieving letter from All India Round 1 institute. When can you get? Till when? Till September 5th, but ideal to get it a few days back so that you can travel and join by September 5th in the All India Round 2 institute. There is no 2-day deadline here. Relieving letter can be generated any day before September 5th. Only thing is, by September 5th, All India Round 2 institute you should have joined with this relieving letter. And if your originals are with the All India Round 1 institute, get your originals from the All India Round 1 institute. If you have paid fee, ask for a fee refund and ask for timeline. All India Round 1 is an NBE seat, and if your originals are not there, this is a pretty typical scenario that many candidates ask. I joined All India Round 1, I did not submit my originals there. It was an NBE institute, they did not ask for originals. Should I go to the All India Round 1 institute just to get this relieving letter? Because 1.25 lakhs has been paid to NBE only, nothing to do with the institute. So talk to the institute. Go talk to the institute, check with them. A nodal officer, sir, can you please request them, can you please get the relieving letter from Intra MCC, get the relieving letter and send it across to me through email. You have time till September 5th to get this, or the time when you decide to join your All India Round 2 institute. If they do it, nothing is required, you don't need to travel. But it is upon the institute to help you out. They can say, some institutes will say, you come here, you have to sign, only then we will get your relieving letter. In that case, you have to go. Many institutes might support. Just you don't need to go to All India Round 1 just to get this relieving letter if your originals are already with you, provided the institute supports. Check with the institute and take a call on that. In case you have but get the relieving letter through email. This is relieving letter is required for All India Round 2 joining. That is anyways required, so get the letter through email. And second, if state R1 seat is held, then you go to the state R1 institute, get your originals. Most likely your originals are with the state R1 institute, get your originals. No relieving letter is required. Like All India Round 1 to Round 2, you need a relieving letter from All India Round 1. State Round 1 mein no relieving letter or anything is required to join All India Round 2. You just have a new All India Round 1 seat. If you are holding a state Round 1 seat, it is just a new All India Round 2 seat. Only thing is, you get your originals from state Round 1 institute and go to join All India Round 2 institute, because originals are required to be submitted over here, or at least shown over here, validated and verified over here. So that is the reason you go to the state R1 institute, but do a proper resignation here. Most states will ask for a proper resignation. The letter as such nothing like a letter needs to be given to All India Round 2 Institute. All India Round 2 is a fresh allotment if you already hold a state Round 1 seat. Pointers, check before travel. One, we'll just leave it quickly, read through quickly. Holidays, check for holidays before travel. Fee payment, amount or mode of payment, cash, DD, RTGS, NEFT, etc. check. DD, especially in deemed universities, in case you are going to later upgrade, it is easier to get a DD back by paying the amount than going with the NEFT, which may take RTGS, which may take 2 to 3 days for refund, and you will be worried whether R2 to R3 you will have to pay another fee, etc. So just check if a DD option is available and how many days it will take to return the DD. If they say that when you upgrade from R2 to R3, you got a new seat in R3, this R2 DD will be given immediately, then you can go with the DD option, which will get you the amount, fee payment amount immediately. And penalty, check for any penalty. No penalty usually. You can confirm that. We will get confirmation within the first few days from deemed universities. We will also share on whether they are saying any penalty is applicable for R2 to R3 upgradation. Ideally, it should not be. Course commencement date 5th September or later for MDMS, but it can be, you can request later joining, but you cannot claim like we mentioned. Tuition fee plus additional fee, hostel fee, etc. Check with them. Security deposit of 2K, 2 lakhs, 10K, 25K. This will be refunded later by MCC to you. It will not be adjusted against the payment. DNB, payment to NBE online, you will have to pay through the portal. There is a separate video on DNB fee payment. Just look at the video. There is a very, we have done it in detail. Just look at the video on DNB fee payment. Suggest to pay the fee of NBE through net banking. UPI is not allowed because it is 1.25 lakhs. Credit card or debit card, and not through NEFT. Last time too NEFT based challenges were there, but if you have no other go, net banking on credit or debit card, then go through NEFT. So this is something that is also then we receive many queries. If you are going from All India R1, this is all for upgradation. Candidate who has joined the seat or paid at least, and then go to All India Round 2. DNB to DNB, no fee payment is required. You already have your first round fee payment receipt. Whenever we say DNB, it also means NBE Diploma. So it basically means DNB to DNB, DNB to NBE Diploma, NBE Diploma to DNB, NBE Diploma to NBE Diploma. First round, if you have joined and paid, no fee payment if already paid to NBE. 1.25 lakhs paid to NBE till the last DNB or NBE Diploma seat, you will be able to carry that forward. First round I joined, I exited, I did not join after payment, I paid and then decided not even to go to the institute, does not matter. Once 1.25 lakhs is paid, that is enough for the till the final round. MDMS to DNB, this MDMS refund will come to you separately. 1.25 lakhs needs to be paid. DNB to MDMS, here you would have paid 1.25 lakhs in round 1. MDMS separate fee payment. Refund of this may come in later. We have a separate video. Search for refund under video section in ZyNerd. You will have this. MDMS to MDMS, this AAR1 back to you. You need to pay to MDMS Institute. No transfer from here to here. Wherever, okay, so that's pretty much as far as fee payment is required. And validate the information. Don't go with mails that come to you from an institute. Everybody knows which institute you have joined, right from your rank, etc. So don't go with any email saying that make the payment to this bank account without validating it. There have been scams earlier. So just ensure that validated information is use validated information for any bank transfer. Possibly at the institute you can check, or with the nodal officer, or in the official websites. Communicate only through official institute website or official email. Just check the emails and then communicate. The institute contact will be available in MCC Institute Info. Under ZyNerd, you can go to MCC Participating Institute Info. Under the resources, first thing will be MCC Participating Institute Info, and that Participating Institute Info will have the nodal officer's contact details. That will be the right person for you to connect with for any information. Documents required, these are the list of documents required. You can just go through them. These category certificates only if relevant. Relieving letter, if you are upgraded, AAR1's relieving letter is required, and beyond that, take enough photocopies of these documents because you are going to submit the originals. Scan and save them to a drive so that at any point in time from any place, even if you miss a document, you will be able to get that from your drive. Okay, if you can't find your admit card or rank letter, write to NBE, they'll definitely send it across in 2 months. There is a separate video on this. Just search for NBE scorecard or just scorecard in ZyNerd, you will get this video under the video section. Additional documents, bonds may be required. Check with the institute on bonds. Some institutes may ask for surety bond, or maybe some institutes may ask for solvency certificates, Punjab or Uttarakhand. Just check those. Migration attempt, bona fide, etc. These will not be stoppers of admission. Institute cannot say that you need to bring this, therefore otherwise I will not get you admitted. Some institutes, some states give migration only after 7 days. Don't need to worry. Talk to the nodal officer. Tell them that it is not part of the essential certificates, clearly prescribed under the brochure. This is mentioned under the brochure only. Tell them that this is not required. If you have an issue, connect with MCC. There are some institutes like Madhya Pradesh, there are a few institutes which ask for OBC certificate plus income certificate, which is not a requirement. They don't even know what format an SC/ST certificate is. Very, very unfortunate. Candidates had gone through issues there. Hopefully they will correct it. But if not to, take it up with MCC or at least give an affidavit saying whatever is the certificate required, I will give it at a later point in time. Get the process smooth by getting the intra MCC admission letter. Instead of figuring out a way to explain it to them, if they are asking for an affidavit, just give an affidavit, get your intra MCC admission letter. This makes your admission final. Ensure that that is done. Gap certificate is not required. Any state other than Maharashtra, gap certificate is not required. Punjab may ask for a gap certificate. This takes 2 to 3 hours only. We have done a separate session on that. You can look at what gap certificate is. Official institute contact is available. During joining, ensure that you give your willingness details. Yes, we showed the admission letter. Always opt for upgradation. We have been multiple times mentioning 560 candidates around opted for upgradation but did not fill fresh choices. They retained their R1 seat. Same will happen between R2 to R3. Opted for upgradation, did not fill choices in R3, you will retain your R2 seat. 560 candidates took the right decision. At least 5 to 10 from the Telegram channel itself, which is a very small number, did not opt for upgradation, ruin their decision. Please don't do that. You always have an option of not filling in choices to retain the seat. Up to you. If you're absolutely clear 100%, then you go ahead with it. September 5th, you will join your course. Then, if there is a change that is required, keep your options open. AR on retained candidates. Okay, this is one set we will address tomorrow. If you are retaining your All India Round 1 seat, we haven't addressed it throughout the session. Retaining your All India Round 1 seat, willingness to upgrade, how do you do that? Wait for notification. MCC has mentioned in UG that it is the same. Since you already gave AR1 to AR2 upgradation, you opted for upgradation, same upgradation will be taken for AR3 too. If you opted here, then automatically it will be taken as what MCC has mentioned for UG. We expect a notification, wait for that. During joining, check later resignation. Like later resignation in the sense, if I am joining an All India Round 2 seat, tomorrow there is a notice saying you can resign within that date, within a particular date after joining. Then check on resignation process. If you get a state R2 seats, your state allows, etc. What will be the resignation process? Check whether it is a single day process. When should I come? Check with the institute in case you are planning for a resignation, for an upgradation or a movement to state R2 later. During joining, fee refund. After you move to round 3 institute, All India round 2, what is the fee refund? What will be the timeline, etc. so that you can plan for additional fee. Let us say the institute says it is a deemed university. You pay 30 lakhs. The institute says when you, after R3, you go back and say, I upgraded, therefore give my fee back. R2 institute, which is what you are going to join, it says it will take 10 days. If you ask them now, you will know that it will take 10 days and here prepare for another 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs for R3. So be very clear about it. It might be required. For government institutes, a smaller amount might not make a difference, but still asking them is better. No transfer of fee, no transfer of security deposit. It is the full fee that you need to pay. Refund if upgrading to state R2 seat. This is a very typical scenario. All India R2 joined. Till last year, this did not happen. Now, if I go to state R2, I resign within the timeline. Let us say tomorrow there is a timeline mentioned or a possibility of resignation mentioned. Then will there be a refund and when? they'll give you a refund, but when you can check, but it is always better to check with them. A2 to R3, this is a first time thing, so we already mentioned that. At the end of joining, you have completed everything, you have gone through this, it is in detail. At the end of joining, what do you need to do? Admission letter. We already mentioned multiple times, third time we are mentioning, so that we don't fall under the 200 odd candidates who missed this out. 200 is a huge number. Get the admission letter generated, especially NBE institutes or new institutes, they may not know the process at all. Get your admission letter generated. They will have to go under manage online reporting or something like that will be there. We have shared that entire manual even for the institutes. We have shared that manual in ZyNerd. You can show it to them on what to do. New institutes, there will be some institutes which did not have a first round joining. So basically they would have been allotted, candidates would have been allotted no first round joining. They would not even know about this admission letter. A new user ID needs to be created. All this is part of the PDF. We will be sharing it in the channel again tomorrow. Just give it to the institute and ask them to connect with the correct numbers in case they have an issue. Get your admission letter, check for all details and provide willingness, ensure that willingness for upgradation is yes. Round 2 to round 3, can I upgrade from MDMS to DNB? Yes, you can. Should I physically report? Yes. Even if you are opting for upgradation, you have to go to All India Round 2 Institute now, join physically and then go for upgradation. That is a requirement. In very genuine cases, there is a due date for delivery. There is an extraordinary situation where you can go. Check with the institute if you can send someone on your behalf. If it is genuine, institute may allow. You can also talk to MCC, but otherwise physical presence is required. Should I do anything in MCC login? Nothing to be done by you except for uploading the documents if required. Every other process is done by institute in intra MCC and they give you the admission letter. It is on intra MCC, you don't have to do anything other than uploading. Allotment letter, when will I get it? Tomorrow morning you will get it. Allotment letter will say provisional allotment. Where will you get it? In MCC login itself tomorrow. You take that to the institute and they will give you a provisional admission letter. This will also say provisional. Does not mean anything. Ignore the words provisional over here. This is how it is every year. Everything is provisional, but your admission is confirmed once you get this letter. Get nodal officer contact, MCC participating institute info, resources, first link. Under ZyNerd, first link, or you can go to MCC itself to check that. It will take a long time, but we have compiled everything for you. 1400 institute information together we have compiled for you. I don't want to travel and anyways there is movement. Don't take this decision. We wouldn't suggest. Even if you don't want to move from round 2, you want to upgrade from round 2 to round 3 and our round 2 is a valuable seat. Just because you believe that round 2 seat will also be available in round 3, based on last year, don't confirm this. Round 2 to round 3. This year might be a little different because of additional everyone moving on to round 3 for upgradation. Wait for that. Can we discuss this? Bank guarantee required in ESI. We have already gone through the sessions. Just talk to your nodal officer. They will confirm. Name related issues, minor issues on spelling, etc. is okay. Initials here and there is okay. If they ask, an affidavit needs to be submitted. A nearby notary will give you. A nearby notary near the institute itself when you are going. It will take 1 to hours for getting an affidavit. You can do that. Don't be worried about this joining. Give your exact name as you want in your degree certificate, MDMS degree certificate, to the institute. Rest of it, what you have in your NEET PG scorecard, Aadhaar card, PAN card, there is a difference, etc. Doesn't matter. When you go join the institute, in the institute, give your right name. Opted for upgradation, will I have fresh choice filling? Yes, you will have fresh choice filling. Exited fourth feature. If I am exiting with fourth feature, for some strange reason, I am very much interested in the R2 seat. But I am exiting with fourth feature because I am a little confused about state R2. What are the chances of getting the same seat? Not the same as last year, because last year very less candidates participated. Many of them get blocked in state R2 too. This year we don't know how both of these will pan out. AAR2 participating in AAR3, state R2 possibly participating in AAR3. We don't know that. There's no clarity on that. But if that all happens, your R3 becomes crowded. AAR3 becomes crowded with more competition. So leaving an R2 seat, assuming that you will for sure get it in R3, take it if you're 100%. Do it only if you're 100% sure. Will the timelines be extended September 5th? Don't think so. Usually they give 5 days only. This time they have given you 9 days, basically reduced to 8 days, which is a long period of time, longest possibly that we have seen over the years. So don't expect extension. Even if they extend September 5th evening, 3 p.m. they will put up an extension notice, because it is for candidates who are not able to, who tried their level best but were not able to go on September 5th. So don't expect that. Plan for September 5th. Refund of security deposit. I am joining my All India Round 2 seat, ending my counselling here, or All India Round 1 I am ending my counselling. What do I need to get my 25k, 10k or 2 lakhs back? Nothing. Don't do anything. Automatically December, Jan, you will get your amount back because you have joined the seat. There is no exit with forfeiture. Fee transfer, we already went through this, so we are skipping. That's it. So that's pretty much we have the detailed session for All India Round 2 joining. The final results hopefully will be out soon. We possibly expected it today. Let us see. Final results haven't come. So it should be out soon, or even if it is out tomorrow, you'll get the allotment letter within 3 to 4 days, and then we'll be able to do it. You'll be able to join. I think I'm not getting. One second, we'll answer the queries too. It's the final result withdrawn. Nothing is withdrawn. I'm not sure why you have that. The PG DNB 2 seats have been withdrawn. Nothing else has been withdrawn. I was allotted in All India Round 2. Round 1 took free exit. Okay. And now allotted in All India Round 2, your scenario is, some of the scenarios we'll try to cover. There are quite a few queries. We'll try to cover within the next few minutes. All India Round 2. Okay, so some stay order on Telangana on MCC results. Wait for it. We don't have communication on this. We were on call throughout. Just hold on. If at all there is anything, we'll come to know that. A stay of a high court. Usually what happens is the next day morning, if at all there is anything, we don't know. If at all there is anything, the next day morning MCC goes to Supreme Court and gets it cancelled. So that is how it is usually. So we'll just wait on that. We're not sure why the results have not been published. Don't go with any assumptions. Let us wait. If I was allotted in a seat in All India Round 1, took free exit, and now allotted in All India Round 2. All India Round 1, free exit, did not join. All India Round 2, you have a seat. You join. Then you will go into All India Round 3. Forfeiture of security deposit here, there is a confusion. Yeah, there is a confusion. Tomorrow we will come to know once the notifications are out. Tamil Nadu resignation portal, we will take it up. Can you just send across a mail or call us tomorrow? We will just check that. Allotted in All India Round 2, want to upgrade. We mentioned the procedure. You are allotted in All India Round 2. You want to upgrade. Go to Round 1 Institute, join the institute, submit your originals, provide willingness for upgradation. Straightforward. Don't worry about exit with forfeiture, etc. Tomorrow they will notify. Just give willingness for upgradation, but go to All India Round 2 Institute, join, complete formalities, get your admission letter here. Admission letter should say willingness for upgradation. Andhra Pradesh too has a High Court some stay order. Okay, we don't know. We are not aware of it. We'll have to check that because we have been completely into this. We'll have to check that. But see, usually what happens is, if at all, this video will be available later. If at all there is a stay, tomorrow morning MCC will go to the Supreme Court to vacate it. That is what usually happens. What is the issue? It depends on what the issue is. We are not aware of it. Upgraded. First year paid. How do you get your DNB first year fee paid? ZyNerd. Video section. Search for refund. There will be 2 videos. Select the DNB video. The entire process is there. 6 months to 12 months it might take. And 90% get it. You have to try for it. Usually most of them get it, but it is a long process. The process is explained in detail. It is a 10-minute video. You can just have a look at it. You will have the entire details. Upgraded in R2. Not upgraded in R2, we mentioned that. No formalities. If you are retaining your All India Round 1 seat, no formalities in MCC. You have to check with the institute on when to join. All India R1 retained. You want to continue with the same seat. No formalities in MCC. If you are willing to upgrade, tomorrow there will be a notification on what to do. But other than that, no MCC formalities. Allotment letter even won't be there. It is the same round on allotment letter. So, but you have to check with the institute on when you need to commence the course. So video was stuck for some time, sorry about that. Yeah, if you upgrade from DNB, Dr. Sarbata Mukherjee, if you upgrade in DNB from R2 to R3, whether or not the security deposit is forfeited, even that we are not clear. But your 1.25 lakhs remains with you. You will not have to pay 1.25 lakhs again. The earlier receipt itself is right. All India round 1 seat holding to All India round 3. We still need confirmation. Wait for 1 day or maximum 2 days, you will get confirmation. Free exit in R1 and then joining or R2 seat, you can go to R3. This is give willingness for upgradation here. So that is, I am not joining my R2 seat now. Should I upload documents? You want to upload, you can upload, otherwise also it is not fine. It is okay. You don't upload also, nothing happened to candidates. This does not impact any process. You don't need to upload if you don't wish to join. Don't upload, no issues. So Tamil Nadu query has come up multiple times. If you don't go to the Tamil Nadu resignation portal and do anything, you don't give no for resignation, yeah, you will be considered automatically for round 2 and your seat will be considered as a retained seat. In round 2 you can opt for upgradation too, that is possible. West Bengal R2 results are coming up on 4th. All India last date of joining is 5th. West Bengal is the luckiest state then. September 4th, you have your results. What do I do? This should not even be a confusion at all. All India R2 joining is till September 5th. You have your All India R2 results with you. State R2 results, let us say they are published on September 4th. You have your state R2 results, join one of these. Unless you have a September, you can join one of these. Whatever be the scenario, this should not be, even if you hold a state R1 seat, this should not be an issue. So that is something that is a very simple scenario in your opinion, the September 4th to September 5th. You would decide on September 4th based on the results. If still there is a confusion, you wait in the round 2 institute on September 4th and then take a call on joining on September 5th. State counselling R2 movement after getting allotted in All India round 2. After getting allotted, there is no issue. If you join, then we don't know. We have multiple scenarios. We will do it state wise. Try to figure out, because we are also not very clear. This is the first time this is happening. States are also not providing clarity. But wherever we see a rule, we will just let you know as is what we see and allow you to interpret that. States only can give it clarity in terms of intimation, but we will try our level best to clarify that. State wise, we will just take you through that, at least for the major states where there is no clarity or no change in rule. We can't do much. The states have to clarify before the All India round 2 joining deadline. Yeah. So this query is very okay. So this is possibly because of some of the classes. We'll just explain it again. All India round 1 allotted, did not join. All India round 2, this is free exit, right? Or joined and resigned, both cases. All India round 2 joined, can upgrade to All India round 3, eligible for mop-up. Don't go with any clauses that are being mentioned saying mop-up stray is not available because All India round 1 you took a free exit. No, you are eligible for All India mop-up, and you will, whether this is free exit with forfeiture or not, whether you have to repay security deposit, don't worry about that. Whether this is forfeiture of fee or not, whether you have to repay security deposit, don't worry about that. This is possible first. This part of whether forfeiture is there or not, tomorrow or day after they will clarify. We expect that. State R2 to A R3. Can I go? Very far-fetched. We'll explain that in tomorrow's session. Right from tomorrow's session, we'll explain that. Is it compulsory to join and resign? Join upgraded seat from R2? Dr. Tarun, we are not sure what the query is. You might have to retype the query. AR1 retained. Okay, so this is a very valid one from Tananya. AR1 retained. KAR1. I am waiting for KAR1. So, okay, as you wait for KAR1, it has been delayed, yes, but AR1 retained tomorrow or max by 30th, you will get a notification till what date you can resign. Okay, first thing, without forfeiture. First thing, this you will get on. One, very clearly. Let us say this is 31st. Till 31st you can resign or 30th you can resign. Let us say they come up with this. Tomorrow or day after you will come to know this resignation timeline. Second, you will also come to know after this date, after 31st or 2 days, if you resign, can you resign with forfeiture? Just wait for 1 or 2 days. This should be clarified. Once this is clarified, you will know this, and if this exists, you will know. Otherwise, you will have to take a call, but if this comes up, then what happens? You can resign with forfeiture after 31st. After 31st, then you can join KAR1 even if it is on 2nd, etc. But if you resign, if this is not provided at all, let us say, unfortunately this is not provided, we don't believe so, but it is not provided. On 30th or 31st, you will have to take a call on this seat. This might not occur. Wait first for tomorrow or the last date of resignation. You have time till this date to at least decide, right? That is at least 2 days more. Just wait for tomorrow. It is highly likely that you will possibly have an exit with forfeiture option of your All India Round 1 seat, retained seat, but wait for notification. That seat will go into All India Round 3. Other candidates will be able to take that seat. So you move to KEA Round 1. Okay, so KEA possibility after All India Round 1 joining, KEA has most queries. KEA Round 2. Documents are required, right? Original documents need to be submitted. Whatever status you are in, choice, you are holding a seat, you are not holding a seat and want to participate in KEA, your original documents are with KEA or the institute. Now, once your original documents are there with KEA or the KEA, let us say, only then you can fill choices for R2 of KEA. Otherwise, you will not be allotted at all. If this continues to be the rule, KEA doesn't change it, your original document submission is required, then holding an AAR2 seat with originals being submitted in the MDMS Institute or DNB, whichever is asking, you will not be able to attend KEA R2. That is a given. That is not possible because your originals are required. And as of now, KEA might also have a rule which says in the prospectus that All India Round 2 joint candidates are not eligible. That too they have to vacate or this resignation makes a difference. So we will come to that when we discuss KEA during the AAR2 to state R2 rules. If I join AAR1 seat, will I be excluded from KEA counseling? KEA had actually published their their revised prospectus, amendment to the prospectus yesterday, but they modified that. They removed that prospectus. Wait for some clarity. In the revised amendment that was published, All India Round 2 joined might be possible. It might have been possible for All India Round 2 join Kerala State Round 2, participate and join Kerala State Round 2, provided the timelines match. We will come back with all this tomorrow. Just wait for tomorrow. One by one, we will take up every state. So last two queries. AR1 seat retained. AR2 DNB resigned. Okay, so whenever you resign, after payment you would join a state seat. Whenever you pay to DNB 1.25 lakhs and join a state or an All India seat, what happens to the fee? ZyNerd, videos, refund. Search for refund in the video section. You will have a video on what needs to be done to get this refund. 90% of candidates have got this refund of 1.25 lakhs if they continue with this state or All India seat later, whatever they join. But it will take 6 months to 12 months. We have put in the process, what needs to be done, etc. Just go through that. And lot of lot of seats are which I filled are not allotted and still vacant. This will never happen. You can mail us whatever seats that you filled that are still not allotted and are vacant. This will never happen. If it had happened by now, it would have become a huge issue. Possibly you are missing the fact that possibly some of the seats are allotted to a particular rank and you are missing it. Just check in ZyNerd for that seat. You will be able to straight away get that. We have checked. Almost all seats are allotted except for the usual non-allotted seats. Nobody opts for it, NRI, non-clinicals, etc. 22,345 seats have been allotted. Definitely not a lot of seats. A very minimal number are unallotted. So should not be the case. Probably you are missing it out. Or just send across the mail to hello@zynerd.com with the seats. We will let you know where they have been allotted or why you have not been allotted based on the in case you have a printout of your choice slot. Uttar Pradesh round 2, what happens after Uttar Pradesh round 2, all these we will take it up later. If not upgraded in R2, possibly you are joining late, we already discussed it. R2, AA, R1 retained. To AA, R3, we have asked to wait till tomorrow or day after so that this can be clarified. Is it possible to go to Tamil Nadu round 2? As of now, Tamil Nadu has not notified anything saying you can go to round 2. Unfortunately, Tamil Nadu has a 30th resignation deadline where you have to make a call. But as of now, Tamil Nadu has not mentioned anything about All India round 2 joined. Being eligible for Tamil Nadu is not mentioned. Every state is changing the rule, but we'll have to wait for clarity on that. We will be running a session by tomorrow at least, so that this there is some clarity, but Tamil Nadu we don't know whether till they notify we will not be able to get that done. So that is pretty much, I think. Gujarat seat joining is also on 5th September. Seat results are on 5th September, I assume, right? That is what you are saying. Seat results are on 5th September. Okay, that's fine. When will final results come? We're just hearing through this session only from the comments. I'm hearing that there is some stay. We'll have to check on what the stay is, but don't worry about it. Usually state level stays are vacated immediately unless there is a very strong reason. State level stays are vacated, High Court stays are vacated the next day in the Supreme Court. Just wait for that. If it is a strong reason, we'll have to see why there is a strong reason, why it has been the context. We'll just check and provide an explanation in the channel or in the portal. Round 2 seats be allotted to people who have already joined All India round 2 in Gujarat. Session on state, we'll run the sessions on state counselings versus All India. We are going to do it, but there is one thing that we'd like to tell you. This is the first time these scenarios are appearing. All India round 1, we very clearly mentioned you can go to state round 1, no issues. State round 1, we very clearly mentioned state will allow resignation to All India round 2. Almost all states you see are allowing resignation. We were very clear about it. These are all straightforward. We'll even share the dates tomorrow on what are the dates. Now, it is very clear. This year, this All India round 2 to state round 2 will be a lot without clarity. We will try our level best, but please don't hold on to us in case we don't do it, because the states have to provide clarity. It is a single line from the state in a notification saying All India round 2 joined can or cannot participate. All the state has to do is that. No state does that for whatever reasons. So second, it is a simple line from MCC saying resignation is allowed till particular date. This we might get, but All India round 2 joining Gujarat, by removing all the clauses saying All India round 2 joined are ineligible, they probably are telling us that they are eligible. Some of the states have done that. We'll have to wait for clarity. We'll run through every state session tomorrow. By tomorrow, starting from tomorrow, probably in 1 or 2 days, we'll try to cover everything. So that is all we have. I think we have extended a lot. We'll just go on to tomorrow's session. Joining, you take it from here. Tomorrow, after the notifications we expect are out, we will provide it at least some clarity on what to do over the next period. But you have time. Most of you would have time till September 5th. That is what we have been doing right now, till now, right? We have gone till All India round 2, step by step extending, saying that these are the decisions that need to be taken. Now the next decision making point might be September 5th. By that timeline, there is a week at least. We will have clarity. We will hopefully check on that too. Okay. We'll keep updating throughout that period too, and update you with videos, with whatever notifications are there, and possible interpretations or suggestions on what you can do to take the best decision possible given the clauses that are available. Thank you so much, and all the best to all the candidates who have been allotted. It has been a wonderful thing for ZyNerd. We have helped so many candidates this year. All the best. Thank you.